Hello, this is video 2 of a series of classes where I'm showing you how to make a simplified collage of the room you are stuck in. So if you remember, what I did was I did a small felt tip sketch of my front room where I am stuck, and then from there I did some various sort of messing around with colours of paints just to find a combination that I really liked, and I like that kind of turquoise and red mixed. So I then created some big bits of paper with all the colours. This is my resources ready now to cut out and create a collage because now they're dry. So I'm going to do it on my next page on my little sketchbook here. So turn to my next page. Now I'm thinking I need my settee to go here. Window, little table. So I'm just drawing on this one here, a kind of very simple settee. Now I like it when you get it not very accurate. I think somehow or other it has a charm about it when you don't get it quite right. It's a bit makes it look a little bit more of a kind of cubist, abstract. I'm not trying to do anything that's too representational. So I've just cut out around the block to make it easier to actually then cut out. So then I just cut around my settee shape. And that's kind of it. So there's my settee. So I'm going to plonk that there. Okay. So you can see it. Right, then I was going to cut out this bright red for my pots on the windowsill. So no fancy cutting skills required, no fancy skills required at all really. Right. I've made these super bold and big for the effect of it looking good, looking bold, and in the end what you're making is some abstract, big abstract shapes. I'm going to make that window bigger because I like those. Okay, I'll put that one in the middle there. I might make them actually bring them all down a bit so I've got room for the plants. So settee there, pots there. Now I was thinking I'd make my leaves out of that turquoise, but that's the kind of nearest to green. So I'm going to just cut out some leafy shapes. Nothing fancy, but nice and bold again. Just think about abstract shapes. Maybe I could have some that are... I'll just play around with the idea of that. Yeah, they look great. Sticking out of my big red pots. Can you see that? Overlap. These have got slight sort of blobs on them as well. I don't know if you can see that. Giving them a bit of texture, which is all to add to it. Do another. Because these have been painted, they've got a slightly mottled look to them, which even though they're very bold and sort of flat shaped, they've got a little bit more interest because they're... Okay, so that's starting to look kind of like a big bold abstract. Now I need something for my cushions or my kind of stripy blanket that I have on my settee. Now I did this bit here, so I'm going to just think about that shape, which is a kind of... I'm going to make a... Maybe it's a sort of angled shape. Nice to get the stripes at a bit of an angle. There we go. Actually, now I've done that, I'm gonna cut it a bit. I don't know, does that look okay? Not sure, might mess around with that a bit more. The table, little table, I want that to be paler, so I've got this little bit of pink, which was the white mixed with a mix, mostly red with a tiny bit of the turquoise. So I've got my table legs in there. Yeah, nothing too accurate, a little bit kind of, how's that looking? Yeah, there's my table. Now I need the rug underneath to kind of start to pull it all together. So I'm going to think about the different colours I've got here. So would that colour look good underneath? That turquoise? I'm not sure. Or would maybe a dark colour underneath? No, I think the dark needs to just be little highlights of things. What about this colour underneath? No, too much, too much. I might go for this sort of stripy turquoise from my rug colour. And I do have that one as well. Let's have a look at that one. No, too dark. Let's contrast with this turquoise here. So that could go at a different angle altogether. So I'm messing around with kind of angles and blocks. You can see you're really messing about with abstract shapes here. So stop thinking about it being a sitting room now. Now you're thinking of abstract colours and shapes. Okay. Right, I'm going to now think about those. Remember, I really like this little details here, these lovely rich combinations of colour, and I'm wanting to get those in somehow. So I might just put a little stripe on each of these pots, because that might, as if they've got a bit of shadow on. Oh, that looks quite good against that red, doesn't it? There we go. A bit more there. The final one. Yeah, I like that. Now I have a bit of a rug on the top of the settee. Let me just curl that under there. What can I use as a rug? And I've got the computer. I need to sort of now think about balance. Maybe I could do with a bit of that turquoise colour over here. So I've got a bit of turquoise there. I might put a sort of curvy bit out to form. I could just be falling over the top of the settee there. Not 100% certain on that. Maybe a bit of this grey as well. Needs to be brighter somehow. At the moment it's too similar to the... No, still not sure about that. I think I'm going to play around and see what I can do, and I'll finish this off in a part 3. Okay, see you in part 3.